almost 4 years. It took us almost 4 years to get this feature. This feature is probably my personal most requested feature that I've been waiting for Valve to put out forever. And if you have had a Steam Deck for as long as I have, you've been waiting for this too. What feature am I talking about? The ability to install software or games with the damn screen off. I can't tell you how many times I've decided I'm going to play a game on my Steam Deck, and I pick it up and I don't have that game installed. So I go to install it, and then I turn the Steam Deck off, set it down, and go and do something else. And I come back later and I'm thinking to myself, you're about to play that game that you just installed? But no, I'm not, because the games won't download while the damn Steam Deck is off. And yes, I know that after almost 4 years of waiting for this feature, I should learn that, but my brain just doesn't, it never clicks. And so every single time it happens, I'm like filled with rage. And I'm like, why does this keep happening? Well, Valve posted this just a few minutes ago. Actually, literally 12 minutes ago as I read this. And here's what it says: display off downloads. Steam Deck now has a display off, low powered download mode. Today, we are adding a new feature to Steam Deck, enabling it to complete all active downloads in a new display off low power mode before going to sleep. This feature is enabled by default when Steam Deck is plugged into power. Awesome. And can be enabled on battery power in settings and then power. Okay, before I get to the rest, number one, I love when they enable awesome features like this by default, so everybody, even if they aren't as plugged into this stuff as you are and as I am, that they don't have to worry about it. It just automatically happens in the background. That's great. And I don't have to go hunting for it, and I don't have to tell people, hey, these are 6 things that you should do before you use your Steam Deck. No, this is on by default. That's awesome. I also really like that they didn't do it automatically when it's on battery, because that would just drain somebody's battery when they shut it down and walk away and it's sitting there doing something in the background. Because it's never done that before, that would be a problem. So having it as an opt-in on battery and just automatically when it's plugged in is a really smart way to add a feature like this. Let's see what else they said. Display off downloads are accessible in 2 ways. While Steam Deck is downloading content, pressing the power button now brings up a new dialog asking whether you'd like to continue downloading with the screen off. You select continue, and Steam Deck will go into the new low power download mode. In addition, Steam Deck will automatically go into this mode after an idle timeout. So if you're downloading a game and you just set your Steam Deck down on the table and you go wash the dishes or do something, or you get distracted, well, after a certain amount of time, it's automatically going to turn off the screen so that you're not wasting extra battery, not worrying about burning in screen on your OLED, which, although I will say there's not too much to worry about there. I know that you can get burn in. My friend Carrie, aka the Fox, had a Steam Deck OLED running for hundreds and hundreds of hours with a very specific game running that would burn in on purpose just so he could see how much damage it could take. So yeah, it can get burn in, but I've had my Steam Deck OLED since they first came out, actually before they first came out, because I got a review unit, and I've never noticed any burn in on that screen. So that I'm not too worried about, but now you don't have to worry about it because it's automatically going to turn off that screen when you're not using it. It's just going to turn it off and continue to download your games if you have it set up that way. They also went on to say, while in this mode, if you press a button or move the Steam Deck, probably because it has gyro enabled, a new status screen will be shown with a download progress, see above. From here, you can fully wake the Steam Deck, or you can let it continue downloading with the screen off. I love that they are using the gyroscope inside the Steam Deck to detect that you've picked it up, turning the screen on and telling you, hey, your Steam Deck is doing something that you want it to do right now. Why don't you wait and come back later after it's done downloading? Or if you don't want to wait, It's giving us the option because Valve seems to be all about choice. It's giving us the option to just hit that power button and keep going with whatever we want to do in that moment. Great feature. Next, it says when this feature is active on battery power, the Steam Deck will automatically go into full sleep mode if the battery falls below 20%. Again, a very smart move by Valve, because this way you're not going to wreck your battery. I have an LCD Steam Deck that once I got the OLED deck, I hadn't touched in a really long time. It just kind of sat there, not getting used at all. And I went to turn it on because I was making a video and I wanted to make a comparison between the LCD deck and the OLED Steam Deck. I can't get it to turn on anymore because I didn't put it into battery storage mode. That's really the reason. And I think that the battery is now completely dead on my LCD Steam Deck. It does nothing when I try and turn it on. It does nothing when I try and plug it in. And that's because it just sat there for too long dead. Draining your battery all the way down to 0%, usually not a good idea. Also, not a good idea to charge your battery all the way up to 100%, which is why Valve gives us the option to set your maximum charge rate. Another thing that I think that they added after the fact. They finally finished up with let us know what you guys think of this feature. I think it's awesome, Valve. Great job. So as you can see, I'm currently downloading Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to hit the Steam button. I'm going to go down to settings. Once I'm in settings, I'm going to go to system and I'm going to show you that I'm currently on the Steam update channel for beta. You have to be on beta for this to work. If I go down a little bit further, you're going to see that I am currently on SteamOS version 3.7.17. If you want to, once you're on that one, then if you come over here to power, underneath power, you're going to see the normal stuff that was there before, but if you scroll down, now you're going to see some new settings. Finish downloads with display off before sleeping. That's automatically turned on. And then enable display off downloads on battery power. That one's turned off. I'm going to go ahead and turn this one on as well. So now that I have that, I'm going to hit home. And you can see that Baldur's Gate 3 is downloading. I picked that one because it's a really big file. And you can see we're currently sitting at about 34.6 gigs downloaded so far. I'm going to turn it off, and it's going to ask me, do I want to continue downloading? If I hit continue downloading, it's going to say that it's going to finish downloading before sleeping, and then the screen is going to turn off. Now I'm going to test what happens when I pick up the Steam Deck. Oh, there you go. So after I pick it up, it says, hey, do you actually want to turn this device on? It's going to take another 48 minutes to download. Just shaking around a little bit more. And then I'm going to hit, okay, let's wake up the device. Now I'm going to unplug it. And we're going to test whether or not this is going to work with the battery unplugged. So I'll turn it off. It's going to ask me if I want to. I'm going to say continue downloading. Just like before, it's going to say how much time I have left. And then the screen is going to shut off. Well, actually, probably because I picked it up, it won't. Now that the screen's off, I'm going to pick it up, wiggle it around a little bit so that the gyro gets activated. It's going to tell me how much time I have left. We'll go ahead and wake the device. Score. Well, number one, why in the hell did this take almost 4 years for this to happen? That I don't know. I know that Valve's been very busy doing a lot of other stuff. We've got rumors that they're putting out a new Steam controller 2 called Project Ibex. We know about Steam Frame. We know that they're working on Fremont, as well as God knows what else. And of course, Steam Deck 2 and the rumored Half-Life 3. By the way, we talked extensively on the latest episode of the podcast about both Half-Life 3 and the Steam Controller 2. So I'm going to leave that linked down below so that you guys can check that out if you missed that episode. But what do you guys think of this new feature of Steam of Steam Deck? I think it's awesome. It drives me crazy that it took this long, but thank God we finally have this feature. Anyway, from the NerdNest, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Stay rad, everybody. Bye-bye.